Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. Today is going to be a pretty chatty video. I'm going to be doing this spring tiered tray and changing it out for patriotic decor. I'm kind of scaling back on my decor and just kind of doing tiered trays in small little areas as opposed to decorating the entire house. So I'm just kind of going with that right now. And I think it has a lot to do with just me being very busy in my life. But again, today we're going to get a lot done. We're going to decorate the tiered tray with my 4th of July or patriotic decor. We are also going to clean and decorate the front porch for summer. And then I'm going to take you guys on a tour of the garden to give you an update. I haven't been in the garden. I haven't showed you guys the garden in a long time because life has kept me very, very busy. I received yet another promotion at work, and I'm super excited about that. But also, I wanted to update you guys on the fertility journey. So I'm just going to sort through everything right now, show you guys what I picked up for this tier tray, and then we'll jump into the conversation about what's been going on with my IVF journey. Let's get started. I am in deep debt. The climb we did was unreal. You made me so speechless. I just can't believe it. You broke the coldness somehow and lit up a flame. So let's get started with decorating the tier tray. All of the items that I picked up are a collection of decor from Dollar Tree, Target Dollar Spot, and honestly, I think that's it. Yeah, Dollar Tree and Target Dollar Spot. Those beads are from Aldi. The blue truck is from Dollar Tree in their $5 section, Dollar Tree Plus. The beads I picked up from Aldi. They were on clearance for I think $2.50. And then all of the other items were $1 here, $2 there. But no single item was over $5. And I think maybe total on this tier tray, I probably spent maybe $15 or $20. And I think that that's more than enough to decorate for the 4th of July. Growing up, we didn't necessarily celebrate the 4th of July, but that was a time for my family and I to get together. So we would have like what we call cookouts, where you would see your cousins and your uncles and your aunts, and all those people would come. And someone would bring a dish, kind of like potluck style, and you would get together because for the most part, everyone had that day off, or the 4th of July weekend off if it fell on a weekend. So the 4th of July weekend, it holds a lot of really warm and fun memories for me. Unfortunately, the majority of the people who I grew up celebrating this day with have passed on because, like I said, they were my uncles, etc., etc. And my cousins and I, we've all just kind of gone our own way because, in society, we have to work hard and a lot to make sure we have enough income and things like that. And so we kind of drift apart. We all still keep in touch via social media, but we don't get together like we did when we were growing up. And I really wish we would get back to that, but it's hard when you've kind of, scattered across the country. Everyone's doing well. Everyone's, successful in their own right, but it's really tough because now I live in Texas. I have cousins that live in California, Florida, just all over the place. So it's hard, but I really have so many warm and fuzzy memories about and around the 4th of July. Unfortunately, with, the things that have transpired lately, in the news, this is a unfortunate truth for people that look like me. And these are things we've always known, but we've just kind of, kept our head above water and tried to be grateful and celebrate anyway. But I wouldn't be honest if I didn't say that I do feel differently about the state of who we are as a society, but yet I still remain hopeful. I believe that there's more good in this world than there is bad, and hopefully, one day we will see the good will prevail and the good will be a constant. I'm not naive, I know that this is planet Earth and things are going to happen, but I am continuously praying for healing for this country because we need it. We need to be honest about who we are as a country, and do better towards each other in general. So, you know, I still have this sweet spot in my heart when it comes to celebrating Independence Day because of my upbringing, and I remain hopeful. I keep on pretending, I know we better end it. You said it more than once, yeah. You take my love for granted. We keep on talking from body to body, yeah. Getting closer to just being nothing else. I'm a sucker for your love, even though it's kind of toxic, babe. You know I feel it when we touch, that your love is from a different place. It's toxic, babe. Nothing more to say, let's just... Alright guys, so it's super windy out today, so I'm not sure if you can hear me, but I am going to be taking down my spring decor from my porch. I don't have a lot to put up for summer. I'm just going to keep it kind of simple, kind of clean, kind of go with browns, blacks, and whites, but I am going to take a wrought iron table from my backyard that I just can't find a home for, and I am going to move it and bring it over in the corner where the blanket ladder is and try to find a new home for the blanket ladder. And yes, we still have those tree branches in the corner because we're trying to find someone to come and get them. Today I am going to be doing a summer front porch clean and decorate with me. So let's get down all of this spring decor and do something light and fun for summer. Let's get started. Riddle of the future and what's been, 'cause it's the way it goes. And I'm such a dork. It wouldn't be right if I didn't knock something over or break something because that is just true Marnae fashion. But we have completed our patriotic decor for the tier tray, and I have that displayed in my living room. That's where I like to keep it, and it's just a cute little pop of color and a reminder of the upcoming holiday or whatever the season is. But now I wanted to jump into the nitty-gritty with you guys. So here goes nothing. So if you've been with me for a while, you know that I have been on a fertility journey, and yes, that is bread and water. So, okay, let me put a pin in that. So I have a pet cat and a pet squirrel. They aren't really my pets, but they live on my front porch, and they find my front porch to be very cozy. So there's a cat and a squirrel, and they kind of alternate what days and nights they hang out there. So I put a piece of bread out there and a little cup of water, and they eat it and they drink out of it. And like they'll eat a little bit of the bread and leave it, and then the other one comes the next night and eats a little bit of the bread. It's absolutely adorable. I do have video footage of it, but it's really grainy because I was shooting it through the screen window. But it's super cute. If I ever get a chance to get a video for you guys, I will certainly do so. But back to the issue at hand. If you guys have been with me for a while, you know that I have been on a fertility journey, my husband and I. I am in my 40s. I'm 41, and my husband will be turning 50 this year. I do have a stepson. I do have 2 dogs and all that good stuff. So life is good. I'm very, very happy. We're, doing our thing as a, beautiful couple and all the things that you do, the American dream. We're doing that. However, I don't have any children of my own, and I've always wanted my own child. And my husband and I have been on quite the journey to get to this point. I have gone through 2 egg freezing cycles, or egg retrieval cycles, shall I say. And the first time was successful, but we didn't get as many eggs as we anticipated. So I went through it again, and my doctor actually did that procedure pro bono because they were so, they felt really bad that they didn't retrieve as many eggs the first time. So the first time that I did an egg retrieval, we retrieved 7 eggs. The second time we retrieved 11, so I had a total of 18. So fast forward to about a year and some change later, I was able to, well, my husband and I were able to create embryos. Out of those 17 eggs, only 5 of the embryos fertilized. 3 of the embryos, I did do genetic testing. So if you ever do genetic testing, I highly suggest it if it's ever recommended to you. So 3 of the embryos were abnormal and 2 were normal. So out of 17 eggs, I ended up with only 2 normal and healthy embryos. So at my age, that's still very much a blessing. So we proceeded and moved forward. I did all the medication, the injections, all the things. And we moved forward with the implantation of the embryo. So we did that. The embryo was successful. It did implant, and I found out on April 29th, I believe it was, that I was pregnant. So super excited. I did get a positive pregnancy. I did not take a pregnancy test on my own. I waited for the doctors to do blood work, because I wanted to be like official and see what my levels were. And I certainly was pregnant. Unfortunately, a few weeks after that, it was actually a couple days right before Memorial Day, I went in for my very first ultrasound and they did not find a heartbeat, but it could have just been very early. So that was around my 6.5 week mark. I went back in a week later and I was about 7.5 weeks and there was no heartbeat. And so I did find out that it was in fact an abnormal pregnancy and I had officially miscarried. So needless to say, I just come here to say that's why I've been away. I haven't been creating videos because naturally I have been processing and healing both physically, spiritually, and of course mentally. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. And if you are on a fertility journey or any journey, to be quite honest, any journey, it doesn't matter what it is, I'm sending you so much love and so much support because you certainly need it. This journey is not easy. It has been incredibly tough. And I highly suggest that you find your way to stay grounded, spiritually rooted, and supported so that you can make it through that hurdle and proceed and move forward in life. However, in general, I am okay. Surprisingly, like I said, I took the time, I processed, but I also allowed myself to feel it. I allowed myself to feel human. I allowed myself to feel defeated. I allowed myself to be angry at my body. I allowed myself all the things that we naturally, go through and think about as humans. And I want to apologize because Creed is walking around. You probably hear him walking on the floor in the background, but I'm okay. I'm okay. So I'm going to try again. I'm still here. I'm still healthy. I have a sound mind, and I still have the finances and the resources to try this again. And so I still feel very, very blessed and fortunate because I am still in a position, even going through what I went through, I am still in a position to try again. And so many families don't have that option. I've learned so much in this process. I've met so many women in this process who want children so incredibly bad and they can't afford the IVF treatment, or they don't have the resources. It's just so many things. They're taking on second jobs at a company that has better insurance so they can do this. It is just beyond what extents people have to go through to reach their dreams, and I honor and I respect that. So I'm very blessed that I am happy and I'm healthy and I'm okay. So I'll try again. And I am willing to accept whatever God has in store for me. I do believe that one day I will be a mother, 2 children of my own. And that is nothing against any other children or anything like that. But it's different when you carry your own child, or if you don't carry your own child, you just have a child from your own, from your own body, of your own, lineage. So I do believe that that is in my future. However, I will say if it isn't, I trust that God knew what was best for me. I really do. I trust and believe that God knows what is best for me. I believe that I have the resources. And I believe that God provided me with the resources and the opportunity to make my dreams come true. But if for some reason I am, off track or not hearing God clearly, and this is not what he or she wants for me, then I'm okay with that. And there's an old saying in the Black church that goes, "It is well with my soul." And truly, whatever God has for me, it is well with my soul. So here's the finished product of the front porch. I did move the blanket ladder over to the corner, and you guys know that these ladders are just for decorative purposes. We don't cozy up on them because, as I said, the pet cat and the pet squirrel have pretty much taken over. This is their home. I love this table in the corner. I am going to paint it and freshen it up sometime later this summer, but I just wanted to put it here to see if I would like it, and I do. I finally found a home for that table. I didn't think it would fit there, but it certainly did. Again, as you guys know, I always love a fresh front porch when I wipe down my tables and use the leaf blower to get rid of any debris. And over in the corner, you see I have what I have now coined as a celebration station. I may go ahead and trademark that. I don't know if I can, but I think I'm going to start doing a celebration station, with the exception of Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas, because I love to decorate my front porch for those holidays. But for the smaller holidays, such as Pride Month, Juneteenth, and the 4th of July, I think I'm just going to decorate this little table. And because it's all coming up this summer, I know the colors don't necessarily go together, but they are all moments in the summer that we celebrate. And so I wanted to, pay homage and make sure I represent it for Pride Month. I'm a huge, huge ally. And of course, being Juneteenth, because I am an African American woman, I am a descendant of those who were enslaved, and I am American. So I have created these little celebration stations, and I really like the idea of that over in the corner. So now we're going to pop into the garden, and I'm going to share with you guys this massive jungle that I have going on back here.
Hard working every day, I'm stressed out 24/7, babe. No timeouts, wish we could fly away. You and I go to our favorite place. Oh yeah, make special memories together. I'll be your company now and forever. I say we fly away, you and me, go to our favorite place. Feeling the sun on my face in a while.
So here is my literally a wild garden. These are all tomatoes, and I only have 3 beds of tomatoes that I planted, but they have gone rogue. So this is a bed here, and I put tomato seeds in here. This is also a bed that goes this way. There's tomatoes in there. See if I can give you guys a better picture. Here's the bed right here. That's how wide it is. And there's all my tomato plants. And then this bed here, I also planted tomatoes. So no tomatoes have grown yet, but they're coming. If you can see right here, you see right there. Let's see if I can show it to you guys. See right there? We got some tomatoes coming. So that's what these little flowers are. Those little yellow flowers, they are future tomatoes. So I just let the bees and nature come in here and do its thing and pollinate everything. For whatever reason, I don't know if there was a storm or what, but there are seeds all in here, and these are tomato plants in here. They're outside of the bed, and they have gone pretty rogue. So I'm just going to leave those be since they're so close to the bed. I can maintain them. They're in here as well for some reason. And this is a pepper bed. This is for like jalapenos, habaneros, etc. And I do have some of them like starting to sprout. But then we have tomatoes in here that also went rogue. So I'm just going to leave the tomatoes. I don't want to pull them, but I have tomatoes all in here that I'm going to pull up. This is even a tomato plant. This is a tomato plant, and I'm going to pull that because I can't even walk through the garden. It's just kind of going wild here. These are bush beans. They haven't produced just yet, but they're nice and bushy in there. Sometimes I'm so scared to put my hand down in here because I don't know which one of God's creatures is going to come jumping out of there. These are pole beans, meaning they climb, they get nice and tall. So everything's doing what it's supposed to do, but now it's June in Texas and it's getting pretty hot. So nothing has produced yet, and I'm afraid that it's not producing because it has gotten so hot, but we shall see. But the leaves and everything look really, really healthy. This is a scallion that I propagated from a scallion onion that you buy from the store. These are just weeds that I need to pull up, and that's actually, let's see if I can pull that up. Because what happens is weeds also need nutrients, and they fight for the nutrients, and they suck nutrients from what it is you're trying to grow. So you always want to pull your weeds up. And I have to figure out if those are anything or if those are just weeds, but I'll figure those out later. These were supposed to be beds of scallions as well. Nothing produced. And of course, a tomato seed or seeds have found their way into the scallion bed, which came from all the way over there. These tomatoes have literally gone wild. So I don't know if I'm going to pull these or not. I may just leave them since they're in a nice little bed and the scallions didn't produce. But I have one nice big scallion there. I find that scallions grow better when they're propagated. When they grow from seed, it's almost impossible. Let me know in the comments if you have a different experience. These are also bush beans. Bush beans, nothing has produced yet. These are pole beans. It's hard to get water in this area. I have a watering system, which is literally just a sprinkler that I've attached to the top of the fence. And I turn it on every morning for about 10 to 15 minutes. And it's hard for that sprinkler to get all the way back here. So these didn't do too well. They're not dead, but they didn't do great. These are melons that I planted, and I'm actually going to, the vines are beautiful. They're growing beautifully. I'm actually going to cover them with like a netting because there are certain insects that like to destroy your melons. So I'm going to protect those. This was supposed to be like basil and different herbs, but again, it's hard for that water to get over here, so this isn't doing great. And of course, again, what do we have here going rogue? Tomatoes, and some have bolted, so I need to pull these. That's not a good thing, but overall the garden looks good. In general, the tomatoes are absolutely thriving. I expect to have some cherry, and they're all cherry tomatoes, by the way. I only plant cherries. I don't do beef steak and all that other stuff because it gets so hot in Texas, and the spring season is so short, so I don't want to spend all spring and all summer trying to grow a tomato. So I do cherries, but the tomatoes are looking good. The pole beans are looking good, and the melons are looking good. So hopefully when I give you guys another update, I'll have some actual produce, some actual fruit that's producing. So I'll let you go. Oh yeah, and my beautiful scallion. I may chop that and eat that today and maybe propagate some more. But yeah, so guys, so that's it. That's the garden. I just wanted to give you a garden update. And thank you so much for hanging out with me today. It has been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for all your love, all of your support. And as you know, I will keep you guys updated on everything that's going on in my life. Love you so incredibly much. And Maxwell and I will see you later. Right, Maxie? Right. Bye, guys.